Greetings, this is August 5th at 9 p.m. I've recently received updated information, infrared satellite data on hotspots for 7:36 Pacific Standard Time, and we'll go and take a look at that. First off, from the same data, 7:36 p.m., this is Hart Ridge for Perry, a viewer who was commenting about activity in the area, crews working on a specific section, and we can see it here. And I'm looking for patterning. There may be some. It may be specific to the situation that they're encountering there. But yes, there is infrared activity in the Hart Ridge area. So let's look at the latest data, and here is the new fire perimeter. We can see it's expanded on the southeast flank, the southwest side out to Highway 99. That's been included. The area that they are working on in the northeast, and we currently have, by this data, 23,908 hotspots, 131,781 hectares burned. You'll want to go to the TNRD and the BC Wildfire Info. The links are below. Check out with their data. They're the ones on the ground, and they're the ones that are quantifying the actual overall size of the fire. So we're going to look at data in the last 6 hours. There's the region. Those are new hotspots. Okay, now we're going to the area of Highway 97, Highway 99 intersection. These are hotspots recorded in the last 6 hours. There's the hotspots recorded for the last 12 hours, 6 to 12 hours. And here's the hotspots recorded for the last 12 to 24 hours earlier. So we can see strategic placements, and we can see random distribution of heat. So we're going now to move up Highway 97 to the Clinton area and take a look at hotspots within the last 6 hours. There's the last 12 hours and 12 to 24 hours ago. There are the focal points of concentration, and we see some strategically placed infrared indicated. So now we're going to move over to the northeast area where so much work is being done right now. These are hotspots that have come displayed in the last 6 hours. Now we'll see those and the hotspots that came 6 to 12 hours prior. And now we're going to see those and the hotspots that came 12 to 24 hours prior to that. As you can see, a lot of patterning, a lot of work going on in the area. It's a very important area. There is infrastructure there. I'm not seeing growth southeastward, and I think that's a good thing. I am seeing a lot of concentration of heat, but there's controlled and isolated hotspots, not that tongue of fire that we can see in a major breakout. So I'm going to suggest that it's not contained, but it's being fought, and it's not on the move. Specifically, we're just seeing ejected infrared as indicated here. And of course, I'm not on the ground. I'm speculating based on the size of the infrared that I see. Okay, we're going to jump over to the southeast flank, and this is a very vital area towards Highway 1 east of Cache Creek. We are looking at new infrared data for the last 6 hours. So these are new hotspots. I see a lot of, not a lot of randomness there, a lot of controlled burning. And here is the last 6 to 12 hours. Similar situation. I'm not seeing outward expansion or growth. I'm seeing contained activity. And here's the heat over the last 12 to 24 hours. So that's the situation there. Okay, now we're going to turn on all the data available for 6, 12, and 24 hours. When we pull back, I see a lot of this controlled patterns. You can see it horizontally around the different areas of intensity, and that looks to be extending sometimes a kilometer, 2 kilometers outside those areas. And here we are looking at the north section. I see these areas of intensity being concentrated on. We have a lot of controlled infrared isolating these areas. The volatility seems to be remaining within these pockets, and I think that's what we want to see. We want to see these areas not expanding but concentrated back in on themselves. And that section of heat on the eastern flank that was nearing Dead Man River appears to be holding, and there may be 1 or 2 isolated hotspots and a line of patterned infrared right at the south. So that seems to be a situation that's intense right now. However, I haven't seen any dramatic motion eastward. Another area, I see some hot spots on the lower east flank and also around Chasm. The distance to 70 Mile appears to be 8 kilometers and holding with just a few random hot spots there, not some of the major densities I saw in the other satellite infrared earlier. Now we're looking at the southern perimeter. Now the perimeter graphic itself has expanded, but the fire line appears to be 1-2 kilometers within that. A lot of pattern burning. There is some outside on the south, on the western flank, Highway 99, and there also appears to be some going towards Dead Man River there. One appears random, that's the furthest one away from the eastern flank. All the rest appear to be controlled. So to reiterate, we are looking at infrared data, and to remind you, we are zoomed way out. Those icons can be confusing because they appear as large red areas of flame, but they're not. They're indications of heat. So here we are looking at the entire region and without the perimeter line. This allows you to see the furthest spread of the infrared and those concentrated areas. I'm going to switch over to windy now and look at what's kind of been going on in the wind models. There's looking at the province, and you can see what's going on offshore. We've got this counterclockwise cyclonic action that's spitting off wind, and it's flowing from the north to the east. Within that, and between what's going on in Alberta pushing in the other direction, we have this north flow, this northwest flow going all the way down the province. Okay, now we're closing in on the area, and we've got winds from the north at 6 kilometers an hour from the northwest. And if we look at the computer models, maybe northeast winds Sunday at 3 p.m. till Thursday. Everything seems to be coming generally from the north, the northwest, sporadic movements depending on the terrain. However, Thursday midnight, something I'm not liking, if you're on the north front, is a potential for southern winds coming from the south. So looking at the other computer model, it appears the same: low wind velocity, low speeds in the 7, 5, 6 kilometer range, all coming generally from the north until Thursday, a chance to shift from the south. So north flank has had an advantage with the winds now. There may be an advantage for the southern flank, but the wind works against these two areas. If there was no wind at all, that would be ideal, but this is a planet and that's going to happen. Okay, we're back looking at the big bar cam, and we see a vehicle. It looks like it may be the RCMP, and I want to put out one big word for them. They're a lot of times the unsung heroes. The RCMP are out there making sure that the highways and byways are available for emergency crews, and they've done an outstanding job ensuring that all the resources are available and accessible to the people by keeping areas clear and being there to respond to the needs of the people when this is a wildfire situation and things happen so fast and so dramatically. When I'm talking about the crews and the wildfire fighters, I'm including this vital part of the team that's going to help get the job done. So look out for them and help them out. And it looks like a lonely job out watching there at Big Bar. I hope somebody brings you a coffee. So that's a wrap up for right now. My feelings are it's going fast and furious right now. There's concentrations of heat. Over the next 4 days or so is going to be a crucial time, a time that we want to make a big dramatic impact, because I can't see past this period. Looking at those computer models, I saw a hint of a wind shift. I don't know what that'll bring. So if I can vibe out energy to the wildfire crews, I'm doing as much as I can to send that their way. So be safe, keep your head up, and look out for each other. Thank you.